Good morning, Patrick here from Complete Health, and I thought I'd go for a little bit of Saturday morning motivation because we're going to have an extortionately busy weekend here in the clinic because we're doing one of our first ever free posture check events. And so as a result, I have a feeling that this is going to be an extortionately busy weekend because we've got tons and tons of people booked on to come in and have some checks with us here at Complete Health. So what I want to talk about, a little bit of motivation. So something cropped up in my life this week, wasn't quite what I was expecting. Not the best situation, but we are going to make, or I am going to make it work because that is what I always do. And so I was actually doing a meditation this morning and I was listening to a guided meditation because when something stressful comes up in my life, I tend to err towards the side of guided because otherwise my brain gets a little bit wandery. And so it's always good to have something that guides me there. And the story on my meditation this morning was actually a really nice one. And it was about a temple of Buddhist monks. And they had a 10-foot clay Buddha in the middle of their temple. With regards to that, what essentially was going to happen is a new motorway or highway was going to get built where the temple was. And so the Buddhas had to move to a new shrine. They had to move to a new temple. And so what they needed to do was actually move this 10-foot clay Buddha. Now, as they got a crane and they tried to lift the Buddha started to crack. And this Buddha cracked and they instantaneously went, no, this is too valuable. We're going to drop it down and we're going to leave it and we're going to try and find a stronger crane or softer equipment and then we're going to try and move it again. So they put it down, and what happened that evening is it started to rain and the water started to get in amongst the clay. And as the water got in amongst the clay, the Buddha started to crack. So what they did is they covered the Buddha up and they tried to cover the Buddha up and they kept covering the Buddha up and they kept going and they managed to stop it from cracking. One of the Buddhas went out with his nightlight in the middle of the night and he went to go and check the Buddha and make sure that the cracks hadn't got any worse. And as he shone his lamp onto the Buddha, he saw something very shiny down the middle of the cracks. So the Buddha went back into into the workshop and he found a chisel and he came back out and he just chiseled where he saw the crack. And as he chiseled through the crack, the sparkle or the shine got stronger and stronger and stronger. And eventually all the clay fell off the Buddha. And lo and behold, they had a 10-foot clay Buddha, but inside of that 10-foot clay Buddha was a 9-foot golden Buddha, and it was solid gold. And this is why it cracked when they tried to get the crane, because it was so heavy, because it was so full of gold that they couldn't actually move it without cracking the clay. So the previous load of Buddhas had actually left something for the new Buddhas in the future, and they'd left this golden Buddha on the inside, and they basically saved all their fortune, melted down the gold and covered it in clay. Now the thing is that these guys with the golden Buddha were sitting on millions and millions of pounds of gold. So what did they do? They managed to actually salvage from that gold, and it saved their temple, and it actually made enough money for them to relocate the highway so they never had to move their temple, and they could stay exactly where they were. So despite the fact that it might look like a 10-foot clay Buddha in your life, it might look like things are going wrong. It might look like your Buddha is about to crack and it's going to be the end of your shrine as you know it. It's going to be the end of your run as you know it. But just imagine if you get through the storm, what you can potentially have on the other side is your golden Buddha that could be the thing that you really, really wanted to. Now, if that was for you, and the reason why I say this is motivation, this is true for everybody's life. It doesn't matter what aspect of your life that you're really kind of looking at this from. It might seem really bad now, but there might be a reason why you have to go through that bad phase in order to actually get to what it is that you need. Now, if you look at anybody that's got any major success on the planet, they've had to go through tough times to get there. Nobody got there through an easy run. Usain Bolt did not run the 100-meter Olympic sprint as fast as he did on the first attempt Richard Branson did not make his billions of pounds, dollars, whatever you want to equate him in his first day. It took time, it took work, and these guys would have had the storms that they would have had to have gone through in order to actually be where they're at. So if you want to help or you need help getting through certain areas of your life, whether that's in your health, whether that's in your exercise, your fitness, whether that's in your posture, whether that's in just improving on who you are, we would like to be here to help you. And if you've got any questions, obviously you can leave us a message below. You can shoot us a comment on here. You can find some of more of my content on Spotify. We're Coffee with the Chiropractor, and that's with Patrick Hogg. That's me. We're also on YouTube, so it would be great to have you guys jump over and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Complete Health Eastbourne, and hopefully I can continue to give you these golden nuggets, or golden Buddhas, should I say, as time goes on. I'm feeling very optimistic about this weekend. Like I say, despite the fact that something happened this week that I was not quite expecting, it's going to make things a little bit more complicated. But you know what? I'm an eternal enthusiast, and I'm going to find a way to make it work. Guys, until tomorrow, take care.